ICP just crushed every DePIN project on social media. #1 in posts, #1 in engagement, #1 in social dominance, and right now, it's sitting on a trend line that could launch it straight to $7, but there's a catch. If this support breaks, we're looking at a totally different story. So, what's really happening with Internet Computer, and should you be paying attention right now? What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we break down crypto with actual analysis, no hype, just facts, and a little bit of fun. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because you don't want to miss what's coming in this market. Alright, let's get into it. So Internet Computer is making noise again, and this time it's not just price action. According to Rushy Crypto on X, ICP is absolutely dominating the DePIN sector across every major social metric. We're talking #1 in posts, #1 in interactions, and #1 in social dominance. That's not small potatoes. When a project starts leading the conversation like this, it usually means something's brewing underneath. But here's what really matters. ICP is currently trading around $4.08, and it's parked right on top of a major ascending trend line. This isn't some random line someone drew on TradingView for likes. So, this trend line has been holding since early October, and honestly, it lines up perfectly with the lower boundary of what analysts are calling the accumulation zone. That's just a fancy way of saying smart money has been quietly loading up while, everyone else was distracted. Now, the reason this matters is pretty simple. In crypto, support levels aren't just lines on a chart. They're battlegrounds. When price sits on strong support like this, it's decision time. Either buyers step in and defend it, or sellers take control and we drop. Right now, ICP is at that exact moment. Okay, so here's where things get interesting. The crypto analyst Brain2Gene laid out a chart that shows ICP moving inside a massive descending channel. The upper resistance? Yeah, that's sitting near 7 to 750, and there's a critical horizontal level at 592 that's marked as the bullish trigger. What that means is if ICP closes above 592 on the daily chart, we're confirming a shift in market structure. That's technical analysis speak for, buckle up, but we're not there yet. And that's the tension. ICP needs to hold this $4 zone first. If it does, analysts expect a retest of the 440 to 490 range before making a real push toward that 592 breakout level. Think of it like a runner crouching before a sprint. You compress before you explode. Now, if that breakout happens and we clear 592 with volume, the path to $7 opens up. And according to the projections, if momentum continues, we could even see 1178. That's almost a 3x from current prices. But here's the flip side. If ICP loses support at 374, we're looking at a drop toward 320 or lower. Suddenly that rally scenario doesn't look so guaranteed anymore. So let's talk indicators because this is where the story gets clearer. On the weekly chart, ICP's RSI is sitting at 45.43, just above its moving average of 42.79. For those unfamiliar, RSI measures momentum. When it's above 50, buyers are in control. When it's below, sellers dominate. Right now, we're in neutral territory, but the RSI is climbing, which suggests early buyer momentum is building. The MACD is even more telling. The MACD line is at 0.08 and just crossed above the signal line, which was sitting at negative 0.37. The histogram is also flipping green. This is a classic early reversal signal. It doesn't guarantee a pump, but it shows that selling pressure is fading and buyers are starting to step in. If RSI pushes above 50 and holds, we could see a strong bounce in the coming days. Now here's my take. Momentum indicators are useful, but they lag. They tell you what already happened, not what's coming next. What I'm watching is whether ICP can reclaim that 440 level with conviction. If it does, and RSI stays above 50 while MACD keeps printing green bars, then yeah, the setup for a move to $6 or $7 is legitimate. But if we stall here and momentum fades, this could easily turn into a fake out. Let's zoom out for a second because there's something bigger happening with ICP that most people aren't talking about, and that's ISO 20022 compliance. Now, I know that sounds boring, but stay with me because this is actually huge. ISO 20022 is the new global standard for financial messaging. It's what banks and financial institutions use to communicate rich, structured data. Think of it like upgrading from flip phones to smartphones. The problem? Most blockchains can't handle it. Storing large amounts of data on-chain is insanely expensive. Ethereum? Forget it. Solana? Not really built for that. This is why most crypto projects struggle to integrate with traditional finance at scale. But Internet Computer? According to Internet Computer today on X, ICP can store gigabytes of financial data on-chain for pennies, not kilobytes, gigabytes. That's a massive difference. And this isn't just about compliance. ICP is positioning itself as the storage backbone of next-generation finance. It's literally being called the hard drive of the new financial system. Here's why I think this matters more than people realize. We're entering a phase where crypto needs to integrate with real-world finance, not just exist in its own bubble. Regulations are tightening. Institutions want compliance, and ISO 2022 is the bridge. If ICP can actually deliver on this promise, it's not just another DePIN project, it's infrastructure. Now, does that mean you should ape in right now? Absolutely not. But it does mean ICP has a legitimate use case that goes beyond price speculation, and in a market full of meme coins and vaporware, that's, honestly refreshing. Back to the charts. Let's talk risk management because, well, this is where most people mess up. If you're looking at ICP right now, the play is pretty straightforward. You want to see it hold above $4. If it does, you're looking for a move toward 440, then 490. That's your first target zone. If we break above 592, that's your confirmation. That's where you add to your position or take partial profits depending on your strategy. The next major resistance after that is $7, and if we're being optimistic, 1178 is on the table if everything aligns. But you need a stop loss. If ICP breaks below 374, this entire setup is invalidated. At that point, you're looking at 320 or lower, and there's no point in holding through that just to be right. Protect your capital, that's rule number one. My honest opinion, the setup looks good on paper. Social metrics are strong, technicals are improving, the ISO 2022 narrative is solid, but we're still in a sideways market and Bitcoin is the boss. If Bitcoin decides to dump, Internet Computer is going with it no matter how pretty the chart looks. So, keep that in mind before you size in heavy. Alright, that's the full breakdown on Internet Computer. Is it going to $11? Maybe. Is it going to $3? Also maybe. That's crypto. But the key is understanding the setup, managing your risk, and not betting the farm on any single trade. If you found this helpful, go ahead and check out my other videos on DePIN projects and altcoin setups. And again, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the channel grow and keeps this content coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay smart out there. Quick reminder, nothing in this video is financial advice. Crypto is extremely risky, and you can lose everything. Do your own research. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and always manage your risk. Stay safe.